All right, committing long term. So I'm going to talk a little about going beyond that initial kind of 3 month coaching package, which is really like your baseline you're going to see out there. You'll hear people offering like 6 and 8 week challenges, but rarely are those challenges leading to like long-term results. So, and while yes, in 12 weeks or 3 months, you can accomplish a ton. You're going to see awesome changes. You could really pretty much exceed or meet your goal depending on where you're starting from. But what I want to talk about is kind of extending beyond that and going to even like 6 or 12 months. I think that that's where the people find the most reward and the most value from coaching. And the reason I say that is because when you end up setting a goal maybe for 12 weeks and you get there, and that's actually about what time it kind of takes your body to kind of adjust to a diet, continue to make progress, and after maybe 12-15 weeks your body needs a little bit of a break, but then also once you're there, say you end at 12 weeks and you decide, all right, thanks Jess, it's been fun, I'm gonna go do this on my own now. What might happen is you haven't really instilled those skills to not go back to your old habits. And so what you'll find is if you don't give yourself the chance to kind of maintain at that new weight and allow your body to adapt, that you may see the scale go back up, which sucks. So when you have a chance to really like put your mindset in that like longer term commitment of maybe 6 or even 12 months, what that does is it means that when that diet period ends, you've already said like, I'm going to keep doing this hard work because I want this to last forever. Like I want to be the only or last coach you ever work with because I want to give you the tools that make it so you don't have to keep dieting the rest of your life, to make it so you always know kind of just how to stay in that like that window of weight that you're comfortable at. And you only have to make small adjustments. But to do that, it honestly takes longer than 12 weeks. You really are going to want to see where you can get to, or more around like the 6 month mark. Even then, that's going to allow yourself time to potentially diet, adapt a little bit, maybe diet a little bit more, but definitely get comfortable at whatever your new normal is going to be, and make sure that you've put in those new habits so that way you don't automatically go back to where you started, which would just be a waste of your time and money. So that's not what I want to see happen. But I will say, when people end 12 weeks and they think that, oh, the diet's over, it doesn't necessarily mean you just go back to what you were doing before you started, because unfortunately you're just going to end up back where you started at, whatever weight that probably was. So I definitely encourage you to if you can, commit to something more around the 6 month mark, and to be honest, you might even be hooked at that point, and you'll really see the value, and you might want to continue longer. And when you get past that 6 month mark, that's when you really get to play around with your kind of ideal scenario. Maybe you want to add some lean mass and then lean back down again. Or when you factor in things like diet breaks and reverse dieting and letting your body adapt and maintain, all those things take time too. So all of a sudden your 12-week diet now, it goes by fast when you add in some of those things that your body needs just to be able to adjust to a new weight. So if you can, consider doing something for longer than the 3 month time. And you'll see eventually I'll offer packages that start at 3 months and also 6 months, but you can always just add the 3 months after your initial 3 if you are enjoying it. One other thing about committing long term is that what you're doing is you're really committing to yourself mentally, that you want to be successful. And a part of that is not having to continue starting over. If say you do only 3 months, and like I was mentioning before, you might just kind of think that, oh, the diet's over, I can go back to what I was doing before, and you gain weight back. Then all of a sudden, another 3 months get on the road, and you have to start completely over from where you were at the beginning of the first 12 weeks, and that's not what I want. So by committing long term, you are essentially just getting yourself in the right space to make those long term changes that I was mentioning.